This is the spiritual reading for week of May 6th. I can't talk today. I don't know what's happening. I'm tongue tied and it just will not happen. My hair is a complete disaster. It's chilly, so it shouldn't have that, but it is. And it's not even that frizzy from the weather. But there's just so much coming at me right now, and it's just crazy. So there's quite a bit going on in general with us as people. We need to continue to grow personally and mostly personally. Professionally, we can always grow, but personally, we need to grow additionally because we have to heal ourselves. And we can only heal ourselves by working on ourselves. Do something that you enjoy doing by yourself or with a friend, someone outside of your significant other and outside of your children, so that way you can kind of get back to who you are as a person, because we tend to lose that, especially as females. We tend to lose who we are as an identity and individuality. So it is really important for self care for us to get back to that. Regardless of how busy your schedule is, find something to do, whether it's sit outside and read or sit outside in the sun for at least 10 minutes a day to help bring yourself back to center. And you'll see significant improvements throughout. So that the general message was first, apparently today, because that was just overwhelmingly uh, pushing in my head to say those things. So wanted to get there first before we go to actual messages. Okay, so let me take a moment here. There's a few people here, specifically my family for some reason, which usually they're not. So something's about to happen, but yet they won't tell me. So, but they are surrounding me at this point. So let's move on from there. Okay, so Sue N and Sue H, two Sues out there. Um, there's a lot going on in your life. You are completely stressed out. And, most of us deal with stress and have stress every day, but you two specifically are at your boiling point that it's actually going to start to affect your health if it hasn't already. So, very important, as I was saying in the beginning, of taking time for self care to bring your stress levels down. Identify what the stress is coming from, whether it's financial, emotional, physical, which for all three of you, or all two of you, it's all three of those things. Chip away with what you can. The toughest part is going to be the emotional stress. And the only way to help yourself there is truly finding something you enjoy doing by yourself and only yourself. Meet new people, if you're going to go to a class like yoga or Tai Chi or something. But you need to bring those stress levels down because it's affecting you and your health. And both of you have a lot of people that depend upon you. So if you don't do this, you're going to be even more significantly ill. And then it's going to drive you mentally crazy because you can't be the person you normally are and do the things you want to do. So you're going to have to start to make those changes. Have to, have to, have to, have to. Okay, next person. Um, Julie. No, Julia. Julia. I think I know which Julia this is for too because we were just talking. Okay, so yeah, because we're talking about your mom. So Julia R. You you're prioritizing the wrong things. So some of the issues that you have is because you're prioritizing the wrong stuff and you're not taking that step back to look at the things as the big picture versus the individual issues. Um, I don't feel that you're stressing over money anymore. That feels good to me. Relationships, you tend to have poor relationships in general with most people. Some of that is your upbringing, some of that is your distrust of people and your lack of confidence in yourself. So, start working on you. Again, general theme just keeps coming up, and I think that's why they brought it up first. But start working on you first. Breathe through things when they become overwhelming. Breathe through when you're not sure what you can or what you shouldn't do. Um, be your own pendulum for yes and no answers, and I'll explain that at the end of this message on how to do that. Everybody who does that, it'll help guide you. There's just specific rules you have to do first. But take these bigger problems and these bigger steps and reduce them down to a little bit more manageable one-on-one situations. But yet also look at the big picture, because you have all these little situations that are happening, but it doesn't affect you in the long run in the big picture. So you're going to have to decide what is worth dealing with because you need to deal with it, and what is it that you can just let go to the side. Okay. I got one for Norma today too. Norma C. Ah, dear God. So lots of ups and downs are coming again your way. I know it seems to always be your life in general, but your relationship with Nick is going to have some more downs, unfortunately. Um, it's just who he is, that he needs to do the self-care on himself. You do a lot of self-care for yourself, so it's more him that needs to do it, and in that relationship. But him doing it obviously is not going to do it. So he starts to do it when he's alone, and the relationship you have is kind of paused, I guess you could say. But then once he gets back together with you, he stops working on himself. So I know this isn't anything new for you. You enjoy his company when it's really good, and you're going to have those moments continuous. But I am being told that something's about to happen over the next week while you're gone, and it'll feel like a fight. And if the fight doesn't happen while you're gone, it's going to happen shortly after you come back. So keep that in mind. You know how triggers are, with both of you. So if you don't want to have that fight, don't have it. And um, when your mom comes, she's going to be fighting you on a lot of different things. So just tell her she's in your town, so you get to decide. Because unless something health wise is bothering her, which for the most part, yeah, she has issues, but nothing that would significantly bother her. You tell her it's your town and your time, and that you want her to do what you want to do. Also, your daughter is going to be starting a fight with you as well. So it just seems like you got some challenges coming your way. Just breathe through them, and you'll get through them. Okay. All right. I'm going to put this out there in general. Again, I know who it's for, but I'm going to have to tell her myself, but I wanted to part of the reading. So Martha R. Don't ignore the doctor signs or doctor's information. Don't ignore the signs that would take you to the doctor. This is a serious situation, and if you choose to ignore it, then it's going to be worse for you. I'm not sensing death, but at the same time, a life that you don't want to live, because you'll be almost immobile. So your life will change significantly if you don't listen to your body and you don't listen to the doctor's advice. Okay? Again, I know who that's for, so I'm going to reach out to her personally and let her know. It's actually my grandmother, and explains why I have so much family around me. So it's nice that they give me the information from time to time. So I guess it's one of those avoidable situations. Okay. Linda J., your daughter wants you to know that you're crazy in a fun way, in a loving way, and that you're going to live forever, as she laughs. I know no one ever wants to hear that, but she's definitely having a good time. She's happy. She's all over the place between you and her sister and her brother and her, nieces and nephews. Like the woman's just busy. But what she does bring to you guys is fun and laughter, even in situations that maybe you don't want to laugh about. That's her energy making you guys laugh over something that you normally wouldn't have, or to lighten up the mood. So she misses you terribly. She's very grateful for you pretty much putting your life on hold at the end of her life so that way you could be with her and help her and get her to the doctors and stuff like that. And she told you in life that she was very appreciative, but at the same time, her actions prior to getting sick would make you feel otherwise, that she was doing it just because she was sick. But she's always loved you, and she's always looked out for you, and she always had your back. And yeah, she could be a bitch. Sorry for the language. That's what she's saying. She could be a royal bitch. Um, but you're her mom, and it didn't matter what you said or what she said. She always knew she can count on you. And whatever argument was, you might give her attitude when she finally came back to you, but at the same time, she knew that you would always be there. So she's acknowledging that, and she wants you to know that she misses you too, very much so. And she she can't wait for you to come join her and dad and everyone else on the other side. But at the same time, she also knows that I don't know why the screen got really dark there for a second, because it was like something flashed in front of the screen. But it's keep living, because you're going to be around for a while still.